Good morning, is it from Zetster's lab? Another beautiful day outside. They're saying the cold front is on its way. Well, who they are, I don't know. Who knows? And I'm in a strange mood. I'm in my workspace and I thought I'm going to paint something. And then I thought, I don't really feel like it. So hubby said, go and make us some tea, please. So I went and made some tea. And then I decided, I'm going to read my book. Isn't it? This is going to keep me going for a while. I started it 2 days ago. And why not? Life happens now. And I just feel like reading a book. And then yesterday I saw something that reads, something Helen Keller wrote. She said, security is mostly a superstition. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. Let me read it again. Security is mostly a superstition. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. And I said that to hubby and actually forgot all about it. And as we were driving into town, we went to a site meeting. Something just clicked. And I was over the moon with excitement because we truly believe everything we do in this realm is to gain some security. And guess what? Situations change permanently. So yes, some of us got some security. It's actually a superstition at times. And then just like this, it's gone, and we fight and try and do everything in our power to get our security back. What is security? That feeling that I'm in control, I've got this, my life is secure. But that's a superstition. Let's be honest. As I was reading this book, and I mean the life of these people, the drama, the ups and the downs, and the searching for love, and the call it whatever you may, it's just terrible. And I thought to myself, that's my life. That's your life. Each one of us, if we're really gonna take our lives and start to look at it, Hollywood can make a movie of each and every one of our lives. I mean, it's just a crazy adventure where we have no control what's going on. We have no idea how to live, what to do, how it's going to turn out. We're just hanging on for dear life. So we can either look at our lives and see it as a daring adventure, or we can be this victim and everything is not going as planned and my life is falling apart, and we blame everybody, our parents, our children, our spouse, the government, our culture, whatever, for feeling insecure, for our life not turning out as we planned. But it was never meant to be like that. We were all born into this realm, in a culture, in a religion, in a giving parents, color, race, gender, whatever, we had absolutely no choice. And we also have absolutely no idea how to live this life. I mean, now our poor parents, they try to teach us things that they've learned, but you know, we're a new generation. Our lives are not supposed to happen like these did. So, you know, if you look at my life, I'm just going to share a tiny bit. I mean, at the age of 6 days, I got adopted because my biological parents, who were young and in school and university, and that day and age, becoming pregnant out of wedlock was the biggest sin ever. So they had to reject me, give me away. So I got adopted by parents that lived in the Karoo on a farm in South Africa. I landed there. Was anything of that my choice? Did I have a hand in any of that? No. Then I went to university, met my husband. That was when South Africa was in war, so you had to go into the army. We moved to another big town where I was all alone, having my kids. If you really think about it, it's adventure. I mean, it's crazy. You just live through that. Was it easy? It was tough. And this is just some parts of my life. Then I got kids, and oh gosh, the drama to keep them alive and get them mature. And then the one decided to marry a Chinese girl. Talk about out of the box. And how many times we've lost our businesses and financially felt terribly insecure, and how many sicknesses I had to endure, and Herman, many ups and downs in between the joy and the whatever. But that is life. It's a roaring adventure. So we either can start to look at it like that and realize we're totally out of control. We have no control. I was thinking, you know, I think the first part of life, the life in us, the spirit, our spiritual source, make us believe that we have control, that life is turning out as we plan. And then in the second part of our life, our eyes get open to realize, oh sure, but I never had control. I got the desire of my heart to marry Herman. It wasn't me, he said. It was, I fell in love with him. Where did that come from? I got the desire to marry him. The path opened so that we could marry. I mean, really, if you think about it, I wasn't in control. Just like I wasn't in control when I got born into this realm. And you know, the only security that we can ever have is the security of knowing that the life in us, our very life, this power that sustains everything, that's our spiritual source, our life, Christ, call it what you believe to call it, is totally in control, leading us, guiding us, giving us the desires of our hearts. Whatever that source, that abundant life, got a plan, a huge plan. And we're just this small part of that plan. And the minute we start to realize our only job is to make peace and find our joy in what is actually happening in this moment. Because even our spiritual father told us, in this world, in this earthly realm, you will have many problems. He said, do not worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow's got enough problems. Don't worry about that. He said, today, this minute, I will guide you, I will lead you, I will give you the wisdom that you need, everything that you need to live, get through this moment. Isn't it awesome? Once again, we get back to life happens now. And when we start to live by eating of the tree of life, the Bible calls it, that's that life that is in us. When we start to realize, okay, the life is in control, I can either surrender my ego, my everything, and just start to flow in that life, in that abundance now. I can stop fighting that life, because all of us got these plans, and with these beliefs that my life is going to turn out like that, because I truly believe that's the way and that it must be, and blah blah blah. And we give everything, every little bit of energy and everything to get life to turn out as we believe it should, but it rarely does. And that's why we are living in such fear and anger and depression and devastation, because life's not turning out as we truly, honestly believe with everything in us it should turn out. And that's why we need to die, surrender our way, this ego, to the life in us, what is really actually happening. Make peace with what is happening. This life actually, the minute you start realizing it's a roaring, daring adventure, and you just let go, and you just start to find that peace and joy in what is actually happened. You find your security in the life in me is able, willing, and doing, definitely, leading me, guiding me, providing for me whatever I need. That is the only security. Not you trying to get your earthly manifestation to turn out as you want, but to surrender all of those ideas and just to realize the life in me is going to live through me, doing what the life in me wants to do through me, whether I agree with it or not. That's totally beside the point. So the war is always in us. My ego is set against the spirit, the life in me, trying to fight it, trying to get it to do what I want, trying to keep control, get control. And that's where the war and the depression and the fear and the anger originates. So that's why we need to let go of the false belief and security that we're in control. We're not. And I think this life, you really arrive, let me tell it like that, it's the wrong word, but you really arrive when you realize I'm totally out of control, but I've got this security, this absolute knowing deep down that all is well. My life is a roaring adventure, and my life is turning out exactly as it should. and the abundant, all-consuming, unconditional love that I am, that's part of the one spirit of love. And life is leading me, guiding me, providing for me, showing me the way now, and we get back to now all my needs are met. Because the life in me is able to guide me now. And yes, so I'm reading my book and I'm enjoying and I'm in awe of what's happening in those people's lives and their story. And realizing that their story is different to mine and yours, but let's face it, it's not easy living this life. But wow, it's just an absolute amazing adventure. Being alive during this time or during their time. This book was written in the beginning of the 19th century. I know it was crazy, but those people had to cope with where they were put and placed and whatever. They had to make a life for themselves, or let's rephrase, they had to make peace and find their joy and peace in the life that they found themselves in. And that is our salvation. There it comes. Our salvation is letting go of our way, letting go of all so-called control and trying to get your life to turn out as you believe and want it to turn out. Let go. Be saved from that superstition and start to live and enjoy the life in you that is living this adventure through you, and start seeing your life as this roaring adventure where you have no idea what's coming around the next corner. But whatever it is, just know that I have in me what I need to experience peace and joy in the midst, because I know everything, my life is unfolding perfectly. That's the message. I've written it down in my Facebook page. I'll put the link below this. I also wrote about it more in detail and whatever, but we've got to be saved from this superstition of being in control and find our safety and security in the things of this world. It's not going to happen. The only security we will ever be able to find, call it security, is where we just know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the life in us is able and willing and to live, to get us to manifest as He wants, it wants. My spiritual Father, the life in us, the life in me, the life in you, has a plan, and we're all a part in that plan over the ages and whatever you call it, I don't even know. But no matter what and how your life is turning out, it's not wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. There's a bigger picture. You're the hero in your own adventure. And let's go out with a bang whenever we leave this realm. Just know that our life was one huge adventure. And I really, with everything in me, wish, you and me, that we really would understand and start to see that the abundant life is in us. And we've got what it takes in us to really start enjoying and find happiness in the midst of anything we need to face during this adventure we're in. Have a fantastic day. I love you lots.